I remember the feeling of that first bonus hitting my bank account. You know, I'd been living week to week for so long that it almost had just become a routine. Having that extra couple of $100 every month just meant that I had new choices. My name's Katrina. I've been in the business now for 6 years. It's absolutely changed my life. If I look back to when I first started, it's actually almost crazy to think about how much life has changed. I came in as a pretty broken woman, really. I was just gaining the courage to get out of a really toxic relationship in which I had 2 very small children. And I just felt like every day was Groundhog Day. I was just up doing the same stuff over and over again. I was about 18, 19, and I set myself up with my own dance studio. And you know, look, that went really great, but for anybody who's ever had a small business will understand that a lot of money goes into it, not so much comes back out at the start. And you know, it took a good couple of years to kind of get on its feet, and by the time I was paying overheads like rent, utilities, insurance, wages, all that kind of stuff, it actually meant that a lot more money was going out than it was coming in. And when I was making the decision of looking at that huge lifestyle change of becoming a single mum, I actually felt really daunted. And I guess it kept me somewhere quite unhealthy for a very long time. I'd had in the background the idea of working online, just the flexibility felt so enticing, you know, getting to have that lifestyle balance, which I thought was a little bit of a myth back then. And, you know, I had had a girlfriend who'd introduced me to the Juice Plus business probably about 18 months beforehand. So I'd actually been saying to her no for a very long time. And I just got to thinking, what else? What else could I possibly do? I was working all day looking after children, and then I was running my dance studio all night. And I didn't have a lot of spare time. I didn't have a lot of resources. I felt like I was a smart woman and I wanted to work hard, but I just wasn't getting ahead. So I opened my mind up just that little bit, and I went and looked further into it. And what I found just blew my mind. It was so far away from everything that I assumed it was going to be. In fact, it was just like the golden key that I'd actually been looking for and didn't realise existed. It was a way for me to use my spare time well. It was a way to bump up my income. It was a way to get in front of peers that were going to inspire me and push me and motivate me. And I think the biggest thing for me was it was a vehicle to give me courage again and to get back into a space of health, back into a space of self-worth, back into just understanding my power, because I feel like that had been taken away for so long. And you know, now 6 years in and life looks entirely different. I've worked on myself a lot. I built my own confidence. I rebuilt myself back up from the ground, and in that process I got married. I had 2 more beautiful babies, one of which is a newborn at the moment, and it's just been a completely different life to feel financially stable, to have purpose, to have passion, to have the flexibility. We now choose to homeschool our girls. The business that we've built supports that lifestyle, so I can work from home with my kids. It's such a beautiful dynamic now to have us all spending those times together and having the flexibility and the freedom to choose what we do with our days. Look, it definitely wasn't always rainbows and butterflies and soaring. There were quite a lot of days of stretching and growing and expanding and, you know, uncomfortable moments as I was really needing to get out of a lot of comfort zones I had settled in. You know, it's not typical what we've created, but it definitely is possible. And I've seen it time and time again, people that apply themselves, people that put in the hard work, people that treat it like a business. It quite often pays them like a business, and it gives them that flexibility in such a beautiful business model to be able to put their work right alongside of their life and really have that balance.